Ladies and gentlemen, bout number 7. Ladies and gentlemen, fighting out of the blue corner, the Governor, Andy Regan. And his opponent fighting out of the red corner, Daniel the Vice Smyrk. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to bout number 7. This fight proudly brought to you by Gat Wine.
Careful, old man.
Fight by 3-minute rounds,
Careful, old
full-time
man.
rules, super middleweight division. Your referee in charge, Mr. Darren Bauer. Firstly, fighting out of the blue corner, trainer Mike Cormai, out of the Talbot Fight Centre, official weight 75.9 kilograms. He is the WMC Western Australian super middleweight champion. 12 fights for 9 wins, 2 ending by knockout, representing Western Australia, the Governor, Andy Regan. And across the ring, his opponent fighting out of the red corner, trained at a Marshall mix, official weight 76 kilograms. An impressive fight record of 48 fights, 37 wins, 10 coming by knockout, representing Melbourne, Daniel the Vice Smyrk.
Here we go, fellas, a sensational matchup. All the way from Perth, Andy, the Governor, Regan, trained by Bill Seth out of Muaythai. 12 fights for 9 wins, the current WBC Super Middleweight WA champion, taking on the Vice, Daniel Smyrk. 48 fights for 37 wins.
Yeah, it's really a case of the young up-and-comer taking on the seasoned veteran here.
And he's had his double in MMA as well.
A little bit of MMA. I believe he fought as a Kit Cope recently.
Kit Cope recently on Kings of Combat.
Kit Cope's also Kit Cope's another former Muay Thai fighter. Actually, I saw Kit Cope fight with no gloves on the border of Burma and did very, very well.
So at Andy Regan, 12 fights, 9 wins. He had the pleasure of calling him over in Perth in February on the Bill Seth's Nemesis show against Sam Ballantyne in what was just 5 rounds of just non-stop action. Had Eugene Boom Boom Meckelboom calling it, and Eugene was even said that the way those boys just went at it was unbelievable. Of course, we've got Andy's partner, Tiana Cavalier, WBC World Champion in the corner as well.
I've heard that Andy Regan is quite a tough customer. Blair says his fights with Sam Ballantyne was just a war, an absolute brawl from start to finish. So I hear he's a pretty aggressive walk-up fighter. He's either going to go out flat on his back or he's going to knock someone out.
So it's twice now he's gone up nice and high.
Yep.
The first one, Daniel Smyrk caught flush on his jaw and he just smiled back at Andy Regan.
Daniel uses his experience here. He knows how to fight a southpaw. I expect we're going to see a lot of right kicks from Daniel and a lot of right punches straight down the barrel. Andy Regan's going to need to be a really good grappler if he's going to match Daniel Smyrk in close in the clinch.
Interesting, we opened up at quite a fast pace here for a 5-rounder in comparison to our earlier bouts this evening.
Mate, he doesn't know any other way than calling him against that fight in Sam Ballantyne. I got tired just watching the boys and calling it in centre ring.
Yeah, that's what I've heard. That really likes to blast the throat from the word go, eh?
We see the Vice already getting those knees up nice and high into the rib cage. As we said earlier on, pretty much a trademark from the Marshall Mix gym. They're great fighters in the clinch.
You know what, Andy Regan, 12 fights, so he's had, he's only had 1/4 of the fights that Daniel Smyrk's had, but he's not phased at all. He's just on the front foot at the moment.
Good knee guard from the Vice.
I think Daniel's quite happy to keep it in the grapple there, actually.
Yeah, well, he earned the nickname the Vice from being very strong in the grapple.
Daniel will take his time as well. He's not going to go nuts in round 1. He knows it's a long fight.
He's just wearing whatever Andy's throwing at him at the moment. He's probably just feeling out what he's got.
That's it. Yeah, Daniel will be learning from him here. I wouldn't be worried too much about what's going on in the first round, you know. Daniel will start slow with that Thai style.
Andy really not letting him settle at all. Pushing the pace here in the first round.
If you had to use any kind of approach to fight Daniel as an up-and-comer, I mean, that would probably be the one thing that you would try and do is push his cardio, you know.
Oh, good hands there from
very nice,
Daniel
very
Smyrk.
nice.
And once again, big strong knee from the Vice.
That's the end of round number 1.
Yeah, good first round there from both boys, but traditionally, I shouldn't say traditionally, but you know, the first round normally starts slow. This one, Andy Regan really just from the get-go.
Round number 2.
Round 2, peddling body by Gatwines.
Let's see Daniel start using that right kick.
No, Andy's got through quite a few times with that straight left.
Yeah, that's I think if you saw Daniel using that right kick a little bit more against the southpaw fighter, it's gonna work well for him.
Come on, guys, keep the action going.
Strong work there in the grapple by the Vice. He had it locked on well and truly.
It's good tactic by Andy Regan there. He just, you know, Daniel's a little bit taller. He's getting that, instead of trying to get that knee up into the rib cage, he's just peppering away at the thigh. That lead thigh of Daniel Smyrk.
Got legs on him like tree trunks as Andy Regan.
He really does, doesn't he? Nice teep there from Daniel and capitalised on it. Good, making him miss there. Very nice.
Once again, big slapping round kicks from both fighters.
Tell what, he keeps peppering away with that left kick, does Andy Regan, and Daniel's catching him on the forearm. He's going to wear his arms down. Nice knee there from Daniel Smyrk.
Yeah, good strong knees once again.
It's actually quite deceptive when you look at the physiques on both boys. Tail of the tape, we've got here Andy Regan standing at 182, Daniel Smyrk at 180. It's quite deceptive because, you know, he looks very short and squat as Andy Regan, but
good defensive teep from the Vice. Just keeping Andy at range. Not even a hint of an elbow so far in this bout.
I'm sure Daniel's got him loaded up there though.
Pretty composed, both trainers, Justin Eyre and Bill Seth, just mouthing instructions to their fighters.
What, you mean not like me where I'm screaming my head off all the time?
No one beats Ed Beverlock.
I was going to say Tow's probably the Ed Beverlock of Muay Thai.
Right. I can hear him from Chelsea when I'm at home.
See Bill Seth in our corner just calling Andy to kick low.
Geez, you're right though, Johnny. Andy Regan just doesn't take a backward step. Continually pushing forward.
No, seriously, his fight with Sam Ballantyne over in Perth on Nemesis, Blair Smith from the Thai boxing pit was up on the side of the canvas, in the middle of the rounds, just calling on. The whole crowd was on its feet. He just did not stop, and it was just an absolute war.
Now we see the Vice just picking up the pace over there.
Good work over there from Andy Regan. They just turned Daniel round in the corner. Good strong work there.
Don't forget, ladies and gentlemen, tonight's show will be on Fight Sports. Aurora 183. Round 3.
Round 3, peddling body by Gatwines.
Andy at it again, starting hard. I think we'll see Daniel start to pick it up here a little bit though.
Hands up, Dan.
Andy certainly is very aggressive, isn't he?
Yeah, they breed him tough over in Perth, don't you worry about that. Carpenter by trade, tough as nails.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, it's a
Actually,
state that
both boys are carpenters.
Yeah, I think it's Smyrk it should be as well.
They're
Eh?
both tough as nails, how's that?
But look,
That's my comedy for the night.
we've seen WA, particularly on Aurora, fight sports, Johnny, and really they have progressed a long way.
Straight right there from Smyrky. I'd really like to see Smyrky using his right kick a little bit more. That's another nice straight right there from Smyrky. And I mean, that really is the weapon to use against the southpaw, is to throw those big right body kicks and throw that right hand down the barrel, and it should land for him each time. Vice versa, you know, Andy's going to be looking to throw that left round kick and throw his left punch down the barrel. So Smyrky can keep his foot on the outside of Regan's front foot. He should be able to pick this southpaw off.
Tell you what, full credit to Sai Nadji and Rebellion Muaythai. He's put on a sensational card here tonight. Even got out and got trunks specially made. You can see the alternating trunks.
Absolutely, very good indeed, and certainly spending the money to bring quality opponents over for our guys as well. You know, it's a nice thing to be able to have an all Melbourne show, but it is nice to bring in some superior talent from around Australia and New Zealand as well. So, good job to Sai there.
Well, you know, credit to him. You know, he brought in Hanari Redden at late notice when Alexi's opponent pulled out. So, you know, flew in all the way from New Zealand.
Yeah, and how impressive was that young man? But look, just above our commentary position here, Daniel Smyrk is just working that.
Smyrky is looking a bit heavy on that leg now. That rear leg of Smyrky is really starting to hurt.
But he just keeps drilling that knee straight into the midsection of Andy Regan.
I think that if Andy wants to keep this fight at range, I think if he goes into the grapple like this, Smyrky's got a. Smyrky will have him in there. Yeah, I think Andy should be looking to stay out at range. He's playing a good range game, but Smyrky gets the upper hand when it comes close.
Absolutely, I think the Vice will be happy to just grapple a knee all night with him.
All night long, yeah.
So Andy Regan, there is no reverse on Andy Regan.
So, nice spinning elbow from both of them, actually.
Tell you what, Andy Regan's cardio at the moment just looks a little better.
Andy Regan does the Ali shuffle, but accidentally kicked him right in the balls.
And actually kicked under Daniel Smyrk as he was lifting up for the leg check. It's actually gone underneath and grazed him.
Your 5 minutes then. Your 5 minutes. Bounce it off.
Bit of neighbourly love too from the corners. Bill Seth's calling out that it was on the leg, and Justin the air over in the other corner saying, calling because ring Bill. No, it wasn't.
Yeah, well, I'm pretty sure Justin had a better view from where he is.
Tell you what, Andy Regan is just relentless with those leg kicks.
Yeah, doubling up now on left and right.
Tell you what, a big third round there. I've got Andy Regan up on the cards, all 3 rounds at the moment. Daniel Smyrk looking very ginger as he goes back into the corner, but he really needs to bring it home in rounds 4 and 5. But Andy Regan, just non-stop.
The penultimate round number 4.
Round 4, penalty body by Gatwines, and Andy Regan just
Going to work again
jumping.
on that leg. He really likes to get the first word in, doesn't he, at the beginning of the round?
Yeah, he absolutely comes out of the blocks like a rocket. Daniel just having a word with Darren Bauer. He's not happy about something.
Nah, he's been throwing a couple of knees there on the break. You know, Daz has called break, and there's a few knees after, but
I think both boys it's got to focus on getting their knees just that little bit higher as well.
I think I'm pretty impressed with Andy Regan, actually. I must say, I think he'd be a good match for the Shock, eh?
Oh, mate, he's fought Sam Ballantyne, and we know Jared's just come off a win against Sam Ballantyne.
That's right. So
said he's only had 12 fights as Andy Regan, but I tell you what,
yeah, he fights beyond his record, that's for sure.
He's big right hand there from the Smyrk.
Well, let's not kid ourselves, gentlemen. If he wins this bout, that's a huge scalp for Andy Regan.
It is indeed, yeah.
Attempted upward elbow from this Vice.
Yeah, it was outside the range, and the grapple though just went up the outside. But tell you what, you're going to love this one sitting at home watching it on Fight Sports Channel 183 on Aurora. Every Tuesday night, replays on Sundays and Mondays. Keep an eye out Paris, bringing you the best shows from all around the country. 2 weeks' time, he's heading over to Nemesis Core. Bill Seth, our trainer in the corner, putting on his own show with his young son Mitch Seth, who's coming up in the main event, fighting Mark Statey in 2 weeks' time.
That'll be a cracking fight, actually, yeah. Mitch Seth is really fighting some of the top guys around at the moment.
And let's not forget we're back here at the Powerhouse on November 24 for Rebellion number 4.
Rebellion 4. I tell you what, Si, you keep going at this rate, mate. You're going to have to start bringing over some world champions, because I tell you what, you're putting on the best shows in Melbourne at the moment under full Thai rules.
Absolutely, with this reputation behind it, you might have to start hiring the hockey centre to get to.
Well, we can only hope.
Well, he sells out every time, so it's a brilliant show, you know. I mean, it certainly proves itself by selling out every single time.
And I tell you what, every fan that's in here is a fan of Muay Thai too. They're appreciative of the sport.
Smyrky loading up with the leather now.
Look, on paper, some people might have thought this would have been
Nice
an easy
Daniel.
night at the office for the Vice, considering the number of fights he's had. But have a look at Andy Regan is taking the fight to Daniel Smyrk.
I'll tell you what, Bill Seth wouldn't put his boys in if he didn't know what they were capable of. Spinning back elbow there from the Vice, just caught on the guard of Andy Regan. But Andy's work rate is just relentless.
He really is, yeah.
Vice just trying that downward elbow over there in the neutral corner, but
That's end of round number 4.
another good strong round for Andy Regan.
And Andy Regan just pumping his fists as he walks back in the corner. And Daniel the Vice Smyrk looking a little bit ginger as he walks back in. We know he's worn a couple of low ones, but those legs will be feeling it as well.
Fighters touch gloves. This is the 5th and final round.
Here we go, 5th and final round. Proudly brought to you by Gatwine's The Governor, Andy Regan, trained by Bill Seth out of Muaythai, and the Vice, Daniel Smyrk, trained by Justin Eyre out of Marshall Mix.
Well, look at the confidence there from Andy Regan, trying the side kick, the spinning side kick.
So I think we've probably got Andy up on the cards at the moment.
Yeah, I think I've got him actually a little bit ahead. I know that Daniel had a pretty hard weight cut for this. He cut nearly 9 kilo to make the weight. And I think he might be feeling that now a little bit, eh?
Well, he needs a big round to take this fight.
Judges for this one is Jarhead, Jared Sableberg, Jojo and Matty Reid. Don't forget to get on to Jarhead's website, siamfightstore.com.au.
Yeah, I've bought a fair bit of stuff from Jarhead actually, and he's bringing in the tape and all the corner gear as well, which we struggle to get here. So, yeah, do get onto Jarhead's store and support him, because he actually brings the gear we need.
Daniel locking on the grapple again.
Is he bringing in M150 energy drink?
No, but apparently you can get it over in Footscray.
Yeah, that's according to Darren, Darren Bauer.
I'll tell you what, it's rampant down in Springvale, guys. I live down that way. Quite often go down there for a good feed, and you see it everywhere. But good strong work there from Daniel Smyrk in the grapple, but Andy Regan just peppering away with those knees to the back of the thigh.
I mean, technically you'd have to say that Daniel has the skill on him, but Andy has such a work rate.
Crossing elbow from the Vice. Won't worry the Governor though, he will just continue to walk forward, Andy Regan.
He's a real workhorse, isn't he?
Tell you what, if he loses, he's got to go home and deal with Tiana. That's enough motivation in itself.
Well, certainly Bill is no stranger to training champions. You know, Eugene Eckelboom came out of Bill's gym, and
a couple of world titles under him, Tiana's world titles.
Tiana
Seth on his way to some world titles.
Might even be another one here in the making.
Final round.
And once again we see Daniel Smyrk just putting the knee guard up there as Darren Bauer just pulls him out of the neutral corner.
Yeah, Smyrky just hasn't looked himself tonight.
I think he might be suffering that weight cut, you know. And that can do it to you as well, you know, those big weight cuts, cutting more than 10% of your body weight, that really sort of affects you in those latter rounds.
I know too, there've been you guys that have been looking for a rematch with Daniel Smyrk and Jared the Shock Grigor. I wonder if that's on the cards coming up soon, Tao.
Maybe, you know, I'd like to see that, but we'll see, you know, see what both fighters have booked in and things like that. You know, it's got to be it'll be a nice one for Rebellion under the full Thai rules. But we'll see what yeah, well, maybe those guys, Jared's a bit too old for main events now. No, it'd be a good fight. I mean, I'd like to see them fight a lot of times, you know.
There you
Well,
go,
there you have
guys.
it.
What an unbelievable fight there. Andy the Governor, Regan, and Daniel the Vice Smyrk. Big thanks to Gatwines. This one's going to the judges. But a very happy Andy Regan walking around with his hands in the air.
Yeah, I think Andy might have that one on their work rate.
After 5 rounds of full-time rules, we have gone to the judges' scorecards. We have a majority draw, ladies and gentlemen.
There you go, they've called it a draw, right?
Well, there you go, ladies and gentlemen. Big thank you to Gatwine's a majority draw there. We didn't see it that way. But full credit to Andy Regan. Daniel Smyrk just lifting up the hand there of Andy Regan. But full credit to both boys. Daniel Smyrk didn't look himself tonight, but Andy Regan does not know how to take a backward step.
Definitely, from my opinion, Daniel didn't really seem to come out of second gear, but